In 1918, the world was letting out a deep breath. The Great War, a 4-year nightmare that had chewed up a generation of young men, was finally ending. People danced in the streets, dreaming of a peaceful future. But a new war was just beginning. This one wasn't fought in trenches with guns and bombs. The enemy was invisible, silent, and it was already everywhere. It was a virus, and they would kill more people than the entire First World War. This is the story of the 1918 Spanish flu. Our story doesn't start in Spain. It likely starts in a crowded army camp in Kansas, USA. A camp cook reported to the infirmary with a bad fever and a sore throat. Just a normal flu, they thought. But within a week, over 500 soldiers were sick. This was no normal flu. American soldiers, packed onto ships to fight in Europe, brought this new sickness with them. It spread like fire through the armies on all sides. It was fast and contagious, but at first, not especially deadly. It was just the first wave, a quiet warning that the world was too busy fighting to hear. So why was it called the Spanish flu? Because Spain wasn't in the war. While countries like America, Britain, and Germany were hiding their news to keep morale high, Spanish newspapers were free to report on the disease sweeping their country. They were the first to sound the alarm, and for their honesty, the flu was unfairly named after them. Then, in the late summer of 1918, the virus changed. It mutated, and the second wave it unleashed was a monster. This flu did something terrifying. It didn't attack the old or the very young. It attacked the strongest. Healthy people, in the prime of their lives, would feel sick in the morning and could be dead by nightfall. Its main weapon was the human body itself. It would cause a person's own immune system to go into overdrive, flooding their lungs with fluid until they couldn't breathe. It was like drowning on dry land. Doctors were helpless. They watched as their patient's skin turned the dark, scary blue from lack of oxygen. Imagine the city of Philadelphia. To celebrate the war effort, they held a massive parade. 200,000 people packed the streets. It was a perfect storm for the virus. Within 3 days, every hospital bed in the city was full. Soon, there weren't enough doctors, nurses, or even gravediggers. People died so fast that families had to dig graves for their own children. Carts roamed the streets with drivers shouting, "Bring out your dead." Fear gripped the world. People stopped shaking hands. They wore masks made of cloth, hoping it would save them. Theaters, schools, and churches were all shut down. The world that had just been celebrating peace was now hiding in their homes from an invisible enemy. The flu didn't care if you were rich or poor. It spread to the most remote corners of the globe. It killed villagers in the freezing cold of Alaska and entire families in the heat of India. It infected 1/3 of all the people on Earth, 500 million people. And then, just as mysteriously as it appeared, it began to fade away in 1919. It didn't get defeated by a miracle cure, it simply burned itself out. When the dust settled, the Spanish flu had killed an estimated 50 million people. Some say it could be as high as 100 million. It's a number so large, it's hard to even imagine. The world tried to forget this terrible plague. They wanted to move on from death and focus on building a new future. But the Spanish flu left a deep scar. It changed medicine forever, leading to the creation of public health organizations that protect us today. It's a chilling chapter in our disease archive, a story that reminds us how a tiny, invisible virus can bring the entire world to its knees. It's a lesson from the past that we should never, ever forget.